on this next part, we're gonna be talking about smiling facts. So again, as before, I want to change the color of this next section. So I'm gonna go to the background. You can do it like this and make another rectangle that fills the entire area of this part, and then make it blue, and then again send it back, and you can then send the green to the back. So now you have this blue on the background. I'm gonna close it because again we don't want to accidentally modify it. And I'm gonna go back to the content. Now I'm going to create a copy of this ribbon because I'm gonna be putting it here. And again, I create a copy while moving and dragging, pressing Alt. So I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna go to my type tool or press T on my keyboard and change this to, instead of smiling numbers, this is going to be smiling facts. And now I'm going to change the colors. Again, if you don't want to ungroup this, because if you change the color, you're going to change the color to the whole group, you can select the direct selection tool or press A on your keyboard, and then select the parts of the group that you want to modify. Now I'm going to change this to blue tones because this is going to be on the blue section. Now in this part we're going to be talking about some interesting facts. So the first thing I'm going to do is add the text. So I'm going to go here, create a place where I can add my text, and as you can see, this is creating a lot of text that you are actually not going to need, but we're going to make this one big enough so we can see it. Then I'm going to actually align it to the center, and I think for now this is going to work. And this is going to be kind of a title, so I'm going to make it bold, and I'm not using again the right font, so I can go here to with my eyedropper and go back to select the open sans, and then just what I was doing, I'm going to select this one and make it bold, and now we have this. And for now I'm going to leave it like this because I don't know how many of these I'm going to need. And one thing that you can do on an infographic is always read your information and see what comes to you in mind. And as I said on the beginning, you have to think of what will help you understand the information. So for example, right now you can read "your heart will thank you." So the first thing that comes to me on my mind is heart, so, or the word that really stands for me is heart. So I think you can make an illustration of a heart here that will, or a little icon. You don't have to make like very fancy illustrations. You can make simple icons that represent what you're talking about, and then this icon is going to help people understand better your information, and this is really what should be your goal. So I'm going to make a circle with my ellipse tool around this size probably. I'm going to fill it with this purple color, and then I'm going to align them, both these shapes, and now I'm going to create a heart. And to create a heart, you could draw it, but you could also use geometric forms to make it. So I'm going to make a rectangle that is around this size, and I can check here and constrain the proportion, and I'm going to make this one, I think 180 probably would work fine. And then I'm going to make a circle, again we're pressing shift to make a circle, and I'm going to make this one 180. Now what I'm going to do is put the circle right here on the center of this square, and to make sure that I'm doing that, I can use the alignment tools and make sure of that. Then I'm going to create a copy while pressing Alt and Shift and make sure that I'm placing this other circle on the middle of the square. And now you can see my heart there, and I can go to my Pathfinder tools and unite, and then you press Shift and move it here, and now you have your heart. Now I'm going to give this heart the red color and align it to the circle that I just created for this heart, and make it smaller because I think it's too big for the circle. And now to give it a little bit of depth, I can go with my pen tool and make a shape like this, or you could create a rectangle and place it there. And what I want to do is fill it with this purple color probably, and then go here to my transparency and try overall. And I think this is, in this case, overall is not working because this is not looking like a shade. So you can try with multiply. I think this is working much better. And you can change the opacity to change the results that you want. And just as we did in the beginning with the illustration of the guy smiling, we're gonna cut this, select our shape, go here to the drawing side and paste it in place with Ctrl+Shift+B, and double click to go outside. And now we have an or a little icon that is showing us what we're talking about. I'm gonna group this because I'm going to be moving them together, and then I'm gonna create 4 copies of this because I'm gonna be talking about 4 different topics. And on the case of the second one, I'm gonna copy again my text and paste it there, and this is again using all the caps. I don't want that. And now here says wearing a smile while talking on the phone can actually improve your relations by making the tone of your voice friendlier. So here, one thing that really stands out for me is wearing a smile, because that's the action that you should do if you want the results that are there. Let me just by making, let's give it more room here by making. Sorry, I made a mistake there because I was not selecting the type tool, so I could edit text. And then another thing that stands to me is this voice friendlier, so I'm gonna make this one bold. And yeah, I think that way it's going to work. And just as I said to you before, I don't like when these two get caught, so I'm gonna make voice friendly to the line below by pressing enter. And then I'm going to go inside this group, remove the heart because this is of course going to be talking about something totally different. And I'm gonna do the same with the other groups, just delete them, then again just delete them, and then I'm going to add the text on the other ones. So again, I'm gonna go here, type tool again, use my type tool, and then press Ctrl+P, and in here is telling me on an average a woman, sorry again I made the mistake of not having my type tool selected, and it says on average a woman smile 62 times per day. So here I want to highlight again woman and 62, because this is the information that really is going to come from here on this text. And then what about men? Men are only average about 8 greens. You can go there, and then you can go with children. Again, make it bold, just as before. Just move it to the next line, and then do 100 again, make it bold, and that's it. So here on this third one, I'm talking about women, children, men, and smile. So on the last one, I'm going to copy the text, and then using my type tool or press T on my keyboard, select the text and paste it there. So now here I am going to use my eyedropper to select the same style that we were using, and again press on my T or my type tool, and then I want to highlight by changing into bold the 17 facial muscles, whereas frowning takes 43, because this is the most important thing about these facts. So now I want to move this one a little bit here, or actually give it a little bit of room to each one, to each group. It doesn't matter if now this is not fitting there, because we can always scale them. But now I'm going to tell you about how to add some icons. So here on the first one, we were straight going to the heart because this is what we were talking about there. But here it's telling me wearing a smile while talking on the phone. So a good idea here on this one would be to go inside the group and create a phone. So to create a phone, again, you can use basic shapes. You don't have to draw a super complex phone. You can just select the shapes, select the right colors, and maybe around the corners a little bit in this phone, just a little bit. You don't need them to be like super rounded. And then make another one. This is going to be the screen. And really, when you are creating an icon, especially these ones about that are so simple, you have to understand which are the parts that would define a phone. So for example, this is going to be a smartphone. So the essential parts of a smartphone are the screen, and then almost all of them have a little speaker here where you can listen to your call or when you're making a call. And then here almost all of them have buttons, so I'm going to add that. I'm going to make a circle here to have a button there, and then make a line here using this same color and making this thicker and rounding the corners. And then I'm going to select all, align it, and I think this is looking okay, but probably we could make this one a little bit taller, and then move this one to top. And yeah, I think this is looking better. Then just as we did on the heart, I want to give it some depth, so just like in the other one, just add some shade there. So I'm gonna probably go with this blue for now. I'll go to my transparency, go multiply. Maybe that blue is too much, so maybe this purple or this blue one. I think that one is better. Now I'm gonna select everything, but the gray part on the back, cut it. Go to the draw inside mode, Ctrl+Shift+B to paste it in place, and just go again to draw normal. Now I'm going to go here, select both of them, the icon that we just created and the circle, and horizontal line center and vertical line center, so they are now aligned. And now you have an icon that really is related to what you're talking about there on the text. So now on the next one, I'm talking all about smiles. So this infographic couldn't be an infographic about smiles without a smiley face. So I'm going to create a circle there. I'm going to make it yellow, like a smiley face. And then I'm going to make another smaller circle. This one I'm going to fill it with. This really doesn't matter because I'm going to actually use the Pathfinder tools, and I'm going to make a copy by pressing Alt and Shift, and then I'm going to make another circle, but this one is going to be bigger around there, and this one I only need half the circle, so I'm just going to select this anchor point with my direct selection tool and press delete. And now you can select both anchor points and connect them with this icon here that says connected selected endpoints, and now you have a shape there. Otherwise you could have only this stroke there. So I'm going to align this, select both eyes, group them, and then align them to the face. And then what I want to do is select all of this, and you can unite them, but what I'm actually going to do is select this one, and then I will actually want to use to make this all one shape. So if you go here and select this all and hit unite, you probably can do it, and now you have one shape. And now I'm going to go here to the bigger circle and select the other one, and go here to the next one that is minus front. So that is going to cut what you just created. I'm gonna align them, and as before we did with the other two shapes, I'm going to make a rectangle to give it some depth. I'm gonna select the same that I use for the heart, probably. I think that would work fine. Yeah, that's working okay. And I can bring this multiply down to around 60 probably for this one. And just as before, select my shape. After I cut the shape, go draw inside, Ctrl+Shift+B, and go outside. And now you have a smile here where you are talking about smiles. And finally, here on this last one, it only takes 70 facial muscles to smile. So here it's all about the number 17. So I'm gonna go here, type 17, make sure that this is extra bold. You can make it bigger while pressing Shift, even bigger. And then to stop it being to stop this from being a text, I'm gonna go right click, create outline, so you can press Ctrl+Shift+O, and now you can see that now these are paths. So now I'm going to cut them, put them inside my group, and to do that I'm going to cut them, go inside my group and paste them by pressing Ctrl+B. Here is, I don't have to press Ctrl+Shift because I don't want them to be pasted in place, and I want them to be centered. This is 17, and then I'm going to change the color to this one, and make sure that, as you remember, this one is a group, so you can ungroup, and you can make them with unite. You can ungroup them, so now you have your 7 and your 1. And then I'm going to go to my pen tool and with my pen tool, and go and make a point here, make another point here, make another point here, and close this one. Then go around here, make a straight line, and then go like that. And I'm going to choose color like the one you did on the cell phone, but maybe in my case I'm gonna pick one that is actually darker for that. So I'm gonna cut this, go to my 7, draw inside, and paste it in place. Now again I'm gonna cut this, go to the draw normal, go to my 1, go draw inside, and paste in place. And now double click to go outside this, and now I have my 17 there. That is talking about what I did there. So I want to make this one smaller, probably not that much, just around, yeah, there probably is okay. I'm gonna group this because I'm gonna move them all together and move it a little bit here. Now if you really want to arrange this one on a way that they have the same distance, you can go here and make sure that all of them are ending right where they are supposed to. You can double click here and change this one so only it's there, and then align it again so it doesn't have all that space that was on the sides. And then before you go into the groups, just select all of them, and then you can go here to you can make sure that you are aligning to selection, and then go here to horizontal distribute center, and you can see how they move. This is giving the same space to each group, but in the case of this, it's probably not doing it that exactly what you wanted. So you can place them like there, and then you can make them a little bit bigger while pressing Shift, and then again go make sure that you're aligning to artboard and align them to the center, and now you have them there. And with this we are going to finish the second section of our tutorial that is called Smiling Facts.